sharing about the screen. Where are we? Here we are. Give you a little bit of background about importing from China, and later on, if when you are ready, and also we
Yeah.
can assist you about your sales and the marketing, and you can book a one-on-one session with me to discuss further about that. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. One
Let's
thing,
get some.
about your idea of importing those products and to sell online, I think absolutely it's a great idea because there are many companies
Okay.
can like you can not only necessarily need to have a warehouse, you can actually do that. We call the FBA, which is a fulfillment by Amazon.
FBA. Oh, that's great because in a van we're not going to have a lot of space.
Yeah, you don't have to rely on your own space. I have quite a few customers. They expanded their business digitally, and then they did the online sales, and then they improved the online sales dramatically. Then they deliver the products to Amazon, and then the all the like the it's warehoused in Amazon, and then they call the fulfillment by Amazon. That's what it's called,
Ah,
FBA.
fulfillment by Amazon. Interesting. It's like drop shipping or something similar.
It's not just as a drop shipping. So-called drop shipping is you have one order from customer, and then you directly place that order to your supplier, and your supplier to deliver that products directly to your retail customer directly. Okay.
Ah,
And
okay.
so uh, each individual customer will occur the international freight, and your supplier also get a hold of your all the buyers details. So,
Ah,
and therefore each customer's international freight can be very expensive,
mm-hmm.
sometimes can even exceed than the cost of the product itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what when I called FBA is you actually purchase, let's say for instance, a pallet, two pallet, or a container loads of the products, but it's already delivered to the warehouse in Amazon, such as in Australia or maybe in America. And
Mm-hmm.
then once you receive the order individually from the customer, then the Amazon warehouse take that order and then send individually, pack them, send individually from Australia to your customer. And each of those freight and the packing are all happening in Australia domestically.
Yes.
And
Okay. So much cheaper.
correct. And your customers' details is within Amazon instead of within the supplier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you do drop shipping, after a year or two, you may lose all your customers' details to the supplier because you have no um, competitive advantage compared to the supplier anymore because they have the price and they have the product, they have directly control of your customers' information. But with
Yeah.
FBA, because Amazon is third party, they have many merchants like you. They unlikely will take your customers' information as their own.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And this is just with Amazon, right? So Alibaba wouldn't do that.
Um, Alibaba doesn't have the warehouse in Australia.
Ah, yes, of
Doesn't
course.
design so-called fulfillment.
Yeah.
So Amazon, Alibaba is more of a supplier's place.
Yeah.
Amazon is more about the seller's marketplace. So China Direct Sourcing is the link between Alibaba and Amazon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I
we
get it.
help you to source the products, find the quality products, and then you just continue marketing your products, and we can help you to send it to Amazon and have Amazon do the fulfillment for you.
Ah, okay. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So for to do the drop shipping, I personally uh, don't like it.
Okay, because of the client's information, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
after a year or two, you may lose all your business. That's number one. Two, it's not necessarily cheaper for the end user. The margin for you all be eroded by the freight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
Get it.
if you saved some money and it's reasonable, then I highly recommend go through us if possible, and then go use the FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, and so you can still do the selling by selling well your own website and then
Yeah.
selling to the other shops, and you become the wholesaler, but also selling through Amazon.
Okay, so you can have two venues.
Yeah, so
Okay.
therefore you could have multiple channel to sell your products online, and then it became really truly diversify your business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Otherwise, your current business as a physiotherapist, you are working for your labor. It's
Yes.
like you get paid when you work. The moment you
Mm-hmm.
stop working, you
No
pay.
more money.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
therefore, doesn't matter how much you get paid for an hour. It's irrelevant because the moment you stop, the paycheck stop.
Yes.
Yeah. So to selling some product, and with the product we call the video product explainer, that's absolutely a very good idea.
Mm. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you just need to think differently. Okay. Today I can share with you different way of making money by importing from China. I can talk about the process of importing from China. I have my assistant here to share with you about that. However,
Yeah.
you also need to focus on the sales and the marketing and how to sell more products, how to expand your digital presence and to
Yeah.
sell more and market more.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have any experience of selling and marketing online at all?
Look, I don't have a lot of experience. I did media at uni, but that was 20 years ago, and that was a marketing subject. But it was more towards making marketing videos because it was TV and radio kind of communication and media. So I have a little bit of experience, and now that I've been working with Alan for about 3 months. I've been learning a lot. I've been doing a lot of workshops. I've been doing the Facebook for him, and I've been just learning as much as I can. But I don't have a lot of hands-on experience. No.
That's fine. Well, look, learning is a never stop things.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, even now today, myself being in business for 15 years and mentored more than 800 different businesses and
Wow.
still can't stop learning. That new
Yes.
technology, new way, new things.
Changing all the time. Yeah.
That's right, constantly. And only, while learning, we can grow.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So what I will do, Clarissa, is I will quickly share today's agenda,
Okay.
and then to say, first of all, I will give you a little bit of introduction about ourselves, Chinadirect sourcing, the top 5 way to make money by importing from China, and the 5 mistakes when you're dealing with China. And then I will have Sue to share the 3 stage of the importing process: research and tender, sampling and purchase and negotiation, production and delivery management, and then to answer any questions. So, all right, is that okay for you?
Perfect. Looks good.
So, as you can see, I started business in year 2005, and we have grown year after year. In year 2011, we saved our clients over $5 million already. Who we are is Chinadirect Sourcing. We are the Australia leading sourcing firm. We make it possible for company of all size to buy direct from factory in China. Let's say, for instance, you talk about some little massage like tools. If it's $1, you pay $1. Okay, you pay a separate fee for service. So it's very transparent, very independent. So we help our client to source from button to bulldozer. We have won many different awards, as you can see here, even in my bag. And
yeah, I saw that. That's impressive.
Yes, you name it, we have it.
I thought you were a framing company.
Yes. Good one. We are a framing company, framing all the awards. The good thing is, it's not enough space now for all the.
I know. We need put in the ceiling.
That's right. When I first bought that, you see that one, I saw that I have, fill in that cabinet. But little did I know, like a year or two, filled the cabinet. So
you have to stop making so many prizes, winning so many prizes.
Sure, well, exactly. I have, the floor like stacked with them. So anyhow, we have many mentions in the media as well, and I even became the cover girl. You see?
Oh, look at you! Awesome.
That's the cover girl. So anyhow, and these are some of our clients. Cool. One thing about COVID-19 is, does COVID-19 hit you guys hard?
Oh, not as much. We're very lucky here. We only had 5 weeks lockdown, and that was it. And that we only had, I think, 3 cases, and nothing happened, no deaths. So we're very lucky, very lucky.
Well, that's good, because
very good, yeah.
In COVID, many industry has been impacted.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have because Alan is hands-on, right? So he touches people a lot. So we have been impacted with that, but the actual coronavirus, it's not here, but the fear is,
Yeah, I remember, I even take my kids to public, the park, and the people were saying to me, "You are not supposed to be here."
Yes, sorry.
So anyhow, and when we walk along the river, and they told us, "You're not supposed to come out."
That's right.
So I'm thinking, well, we were along, the river. But anyhow, so the COVID-19 impact many industry. However, the e-commerce is the industry has been growing ever, from April 2020, and month after month, and in every single state. Okay.
That's right.
So, when we talk about the China, is about something impossible possible. This is actually a hotel built within 6 days. It's a 15-story hotel in China. Have anti-earthquake 8.7 scale.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are so good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So my client, when they doing importing from China, they find a different way of making money. Let's say, for instance, this client, and he find this patented key. So
Oh,
not
wow.
only that, he started selling, the rugby league kit. And then he
Yeah.
went to Australian rugby league, and then New Zealand, and
Yeah.
then South Africa. And then you can see, he licensed the cricket.
Cricket. Yes.
Big thing. And then he licensed to soccer.
Of course he did.
Yeah. And then the college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Germany. So, with one simple idea, you never underestimate how big you can go. It's only
There's no limit.
the size. It's only limited by your brain, okay, by your imagination, by your own vision. As an entrepreneur, that's why I said keep learning is a great thing. This is another customer. Her idea is a piece of clothes have a hole. Okay, you put yourself after your tent. Okay, called the cup tent. Yeah, it's nothing special, and yet this is her two daughter still in high school. Okay, and they stumbled across a niche market, and they start to, at the beginning it's just like two color, black and blue, and then they added the navy blue and also the leopard, the red, the pink, and so as you can see now they have stockists 17 in Melbourne, 27 in Brisbane, 42 in Sydney.
Wow.
Yeah, they growed from placing the order 3,000 pieces to 20,000 pieces at no time.
Oh my goodness.
So this is another client of mine. He imported the bike from China, and it's nothing unique, but just the tire is really fat.
Yeah, I've seen it around here. Some kids are like, what the hell is that?
That's right. So the first order, he mortgaged his house and borrowed the money for the first order. And yet, the second order, he sold to the Chinese buyer, the guy who saw his website and purchased it. And so the deposit we took from his buyer in China directly paid to the Chinese supplier. And then the balance we paid, after we paid the balance to his supplier, we still returned nearly $80,000 back to him. That's his profit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's within 6 months.
Wow, that's even better.
He didn't even need to lift his finger.
No.
Yeah, because the products is in China, manufactured in China. The payment, the supplier, the buyer paid to us, we paid to the supplier, and then we paid him the leftover.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, the leftovers 80 grand. I like that.
That's 80 grand profit. He doesn't need to even sell piece by piece. So this is very, smart. As you can see, that's his bike goes everywhere. And this is another client of mine. She has actually just a concept. Okay, that's her hand drawing. And then we helped her to, come to the reality.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is how beautiful her handbag.
Oh, that's very cute.
Yeah, and then that's the boys one.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, so this is another client of mine. She come up an idea which is for picnic rock. Okay, she want to spend quality time with family and friends. It's a fresh new lifestyle brand, so she created a lifestyle, and this is her rock. Okay.
Oh, pretty.
Then, yeah, you can see now she have 15 stockists in Victoria.
Wow, so you can hang it on the wall.
That's right. And 7 in South Australia, 12 in New South Wales. Okay. And Victoria is like Queensland is 11. So, and in other area in Australia as well. She has, they also engage the other artists. Like
handmaiding.
That's right. And with those things, and she can just, go all over the place. And now she also selling on Amazon Crazy.
Wow.
So you see, you are not only just selling in cans, you're selling all over. to other states, which you have stockists, but also you can sell it on Amazon by yourself. Okay, we call it FBA as well.
Yeah.
And this is another client of mine. They did the nightclub in Gold Coast. We help them to, we take them to China. We did 3 container loads of decoration with all furnitures and the shops and like all the bar and the statue and
look at that. Beautiful.
tables and the chairs, etc., etc. And we help them save over $400,000. This is another client of mine. They want to upgrade their 170 rooms in Broome. Okay, we did a China buy-in trip with them. 8 container loads of decoration, saved over 800K. This is another client of mine. She is a single mom with 3 kids, and all her idea is the little purse and have a tab. Tab says money for grocery, money for rent, money for electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and she's selling like the prototype in Australia cost $110, and so we helped her did the research and tender, sampling, purchase the negotiation, production and delivery management, delivered to Australia less than $10, and she's selling $69.95. And then we helped her with the current affair, Today Tonight, Clio, Money Magazine. And within 3 months, she sold out 3,000 pieces. Okay, she made 150K, just like that. It's amazing.
It is amazing, yeah.
This is another client of ours, Emily and Sarah. They discovered in the market lack of stylish and functional bag, which suit her active on-the-go lifestyle, and they are continued commitment to design, functionality, and innovation. So they come up this magnetic bag, and they put it on when you jog. That's all it is, and they are selling $59.95 each.
Okay. So you put it on your pants?
Yes.
Ah, cool.
Yes, it's put on your pants when you jog. It's magnetic.
That's really cool.
And then they selling crazy on Amazon. Recently, we probably delivered nearly 10,000 pieces to Amazon in America for her.
Oh, international.
They are not just selling in Australia, they're selling as well. It's a big time. Okay, and they also have stockists in Queensland, 17, and New South Wales, 21, and Victoria and Australia and international, New Zealand and Germany and USA.
Nice.
Okay, and so it's a big time. So if you have a dream about certain product, you have passion, you have special way to promote the selling and the marketing, there is a great opportunity in China for you to create wealth.
Definitely.
Okay, now I want to share with you 5 costly mistakes you should never make. First of all, thinking, oh, I have a friend who speaks Chinese. She can do it for me. No. I have a customer.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, many thinking in that way. It doesn't happen that way. You speak English. Can you be my lawyer? Can you be my accountant? No, it's a profession.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and underestimate the importance of the culture and choosing the wrong supplier. It's like, burning the money. Recently, I have a client who paid $240,000 for 10 machine for making the mask. Okay, and he found the supplier on Alibaba, and he paid the money. And when he received his container and 10 machine, none of them working.
Oh no.
$240,000.
Oh no.
Okay, I have another client who found the supplier Alibaba, and he paid $80,000 for the copperware. And yet, when he opened the container, his container loads of sandbag.
Oh no.
Choosing the wrong supplier is like burning your money. All right. So
Yeah.
The mistake number 4 is allowing the supplier managing you instead of you managing the supplier. So the mistake number 5 is lack of the quality control. You see, you can make a lot of money by importing from China, you can make profit, but China is like a minefield. If you're not careful, you can easily get burned. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we designed this 3 stage of importing process. Now I will have Sue, my assistant, to share with you how the 3 stage importing process look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, hello.
Hello, Sue. How are you?
Thanks. How are you? So
Very good.
actually, Lindy shared a lot of the mistakes you should never make when you do importing by yourself. That's why we had the system to prevent it from happening. Like Lindy was
Yeah.
saying, lack of quality controls, if you choose the wrong supplier, things like that. So in the system, that's why we have the system to help our clients importing, and you can use the system for yourself as well. So preventing of this kind of issues might occur during
Mm-hmm.
the process. So as you can see, the first one is research agenda. So we do the homework, we do the research agenda. It usually take about 4 to 6 weeks. And within one category, what we usually do is we will research and tender more than 30 suppliers in one category. So make sure
What?
we have massive, we have a database for a research a tender. We ask them for a bunch of questions based on the quality of the product, material, size, appearance, and even their accessories in there. And we have to make sure that we covered it in all those questions, and then we get the quotes. So for
Okay.
instance, we research a tender 40 suppliers in this category and 30 suppliers that they can do the job, and we still have to testify if they have the experience for this. You have to prove it, that you have this kind of experience and to fill for the job. So as you can see in here, so this is the negotiation skills, and let's just skip it. Digital.
So what do you
Oh,
mean
yeah.
by tender? What's
Uh,
tender?
So we put a job to the China market. So we have search and backgrounds and ask them a bunch of questions. When we do the tender, we just want to make sure they can actually, for example, you want to import some massage balls and roll from rollers,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to make sure they actually can do the job. They actually have the capacity that you have. For example, you want the product delivered in May, and we want to make sure they can actually get that product before May happen, before May, so they can deliver to you in May.
Okay.
Things like that. We want.
Yeah.
So when you do research at tender, of course, there's a bunch of questions you have to ask about your product and the capacity. And when we communicate with them, we will detective about how professional they are as a contact person for their company. For example, in the future, and you want to have your own brand, you have your own logo on it, you may have not new customized products for yourself. So we want to make sure that the supplier, the first hatch, of course, they can do the job. Second one, they're willing to make some modifications for your job, and they're very professional in this field. So when the research tender is like homework. So before you buy anything from anyone, you want to make sure you have full knowledge of the market. Want to
Yeah.
make sure you have the price. For example, when we do the research tender, like I said before, you put a job to we research more than 30 suppliers. For example, like I said, 25 give us a quote. You put in the in forms and make clear view to see, so you have full knowledge of what's the fair market price in China at the moment. With this market price in mind, you will have the negotiation power. You will have when we do the negotiation, purchase order negotiation, and they're not ripping you off and they give you the price, things like that. So
Yeah.
when we do the research tender, and we will not will that's why we're unique. So when you're dealing with a trading company or dealing with some agents, they won't give you the details of the suppliers they're dealing with, but we were not. So we will give you a supply summary report with all the details of all the suppliers that's interested in your project. We'll put in their contact name, factory name, address, website, everything will be in there. And second of all, we'll give you, of course, code comparison reports. So you will see, for example, we got you 25 prices, you'll be all be in there. So you have full knowledge of the fair market price. And also very, very important, and we'll calculate the landed cost. So the landed cost analysis report, from you will know how much it will cost you from getting from the factory door to deliver to your door. So when you do the homework, you get all this knowledge, and you will know how much it will cost you before you buy anything from any supplier. So this is a very important stage, and reduce the risk of you facing scammers, getting a wrong product, and then we can move to the sampling stage. All right, if you want to buy something, you want supplier send you some samples, make sure that's the product that you want, and then we have, for example, we have a China office, and usually supplier send the product to China office, and we'll check the quality first, and it will send directly to you for your approval. So if you're happy with the product, great. We can, if you want to keep using this supplier, we can go to the next stage. If you, for example, if you're not happy with sample for the first sample, and you can just tell, for example, if I tell us, or you can tell the supplier. If you're using our service, of course, what we usually do for our suppliers is clients communicate with us, and they tell us what kind of things they're not happy with, give us a list, and we negotiate and communicate with supplier, let them do some changes. So after for example, after a few rounds of sampling, and then you're happy with the sample, and we can help you negotiate purchase order negotiation. So many of our clients, before they're using our services, they're using other companies or trading companies, or using Alibaba or something like that. They don't have a formal purchase order, like the contract. That's the thing that we not recommend at all. Every client that we helped, we will get them to do the contract. So what we will do is we'll do the purchase order negotiation. We'll draft the contract. There will be, I think you were saying, one of the mistakes you make is lack of quality control, and we will make sure that they have the quality control terms in the contract, and also, of course, terms of payments and like packaging requirements. If you have your IP to protect, we want to put it in the contract, and also terms like, in case the price increases in the future and something like that, everything will be included. And also the penalty terms for quality issues, for delivery delays, we want to make sure they're all in the contract to protect your interests in the future. And also, when we do the job, we will draft the contract, of course, send it to client to approve, then we'll translate to Chinese, because we're dealing with Chinese supplier. We want to make sure everyone knows everything, we're on the same page.
Absolutely, yeah.
Acknowledged by three of our parties. And after we draft the contract, you've made the contract with your supplier, and we'll help you with the stage 3, which is order delivery management. And what we usually do is, of course, we help our clients to place order, to arrange the payment, and we take care of, we monitor the whole purchase of production process, purchase process. Then, of course, we'll help our clients do the delivery management. What we will do is we'll give our client every 2 weeks to give us a report. Let you know, inform you what is happening at the moment, and give you full knowledge. What all the information that we have, you will have as well. And also we help our clients do the custom clearance and do all the documentations, basically handle the job from research and the deliver to our client's door. For example, Lindy was saying that if you don't have a warehouse at the moment, well, it's the best way to do is actually, if you're dealing with Amazon, is going to its FBA, and we will deliver to the warehouse that you want us to deliver to. from we'll press the order and then deliver to your door, everything like that. So that's the 3 stages we're using. Every stage by stage, we want to make sure they're, especially for the stage 3 and stage 2B and stage 3, we have quality control procedures. Sometimes we have to teach your suppliers of following our procedures. Quality is the king here. You get what we want to make sure. That's why you can sell your product. That's why people love your product in reasonable price. You have your margin, and we have quality product to provide it to your customers.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, that's the three stage of the our process, and then this three stage we highly recommend to any of the startups when they do the job. They want, even when they want to do them by themselves, we have a think about it, how to prevent about scamming, how to prevent inferior products, how to report safely. So, all right, so the three stages.
Thank you, Sue.
So, Clarissa, do you have any questions or concerns?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
So far, so good, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So do you have any particular points you want to discuss about your project, about your business?
Well, I was just wondering, because we don't actually have an online shop set up yet. So I was just wondering if, when do you guys actually come in? You know, if we are to hire your services in the future, when do you start working with us?
I
That's
see.
after.
In that case, would be you see. Okay, let me see here. 哎，你怎么又回到？
没有，就是你那个后面。
你都没讲。
Look at that, very long.
有一张图，后面是那个名称，就 skills，我直接往后走，因为那个
你都没用。
没有用，直接摆字。
那个 so in a way is we are ready when you are. So basically,
Okay.
even you mentioned you don't have an online shop, doesn't matter, because you need to have the product to book the to create the website anyway. So normally our customer, what they will do is you can see the screen here. Book a one session with me, book a one session with Sue, or book then what you can do is you can start a research in tender. Research in tender will take 6 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
After research in tender, it's about the sampling stage. When you receive your product sample, and
Yeah.
you in the same time you can take the product photos and then create your website.
Okay.
And so on your website, it would be online, like e-commerce website. And then because you have the after research in tender, you would have knowing how much it cost and landed, and also then you know how much you can sell the products for, you know the wholesale price and you know the retail price, and then you can start to approach because after research in tender, you know the cost, you have the shortlist supply you can work with, and then you can start a sampling process. During the sampling process, you can start to design, create your website, and then start to talk with your stockist and create your marketing flyer. And by the time we complete the sampling, you start to do purchase order. You can actually take some of the pre-order from your stockist, and then in that way, you can also build your clientele base as well. And when the product's delivered here, you actually pre-sold some of the products.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's normally how we work with many of our clients. You know, it's always research and tender first, because by then you would know how much your margin are, how much you want to sell the products for, how much money you can make. If your product couldn't, or if your project couldn't even make money on paper, unlikely you will make money.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. If your project make money on paper, then you have a higher chance to succeed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So with research and tender, as you can see here, and because with research in tender, you get a supply summary report, you get the quote comparison report, and you also get to see the landed cost analysis. With landed cost analysis, you know exactly how much actually is landed here and what profit you can make. So that's what we call it, knowing exactly how much money you can make on paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to just put everything on paper first.
Correct. Not only just on paper, it's actually this, landed cost analysis is based on it will be backed up by a research intended, backed up by their shortlisted supply you can use. And the quote they send it to you is actually backed up by the real manufacturers.
Okay. Right. Cool. Wow, there's a lot of information. 1 hour is really not enough, is it?
Well, I think I don't know your situation. You can book an hour with Sue. Sue is here, and that will be for free. And or you can book 1 hour with me. I don't know whether a book 1 hour with me it will cost you $40 or $60. It depends on how many hours you used, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said there's another workshop on the 10th of February. Is that
That's
right?
already happened, so don't worry about that. Yeah, that's
Oh
already.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sorry, that's
Because we are in March, right?
yeah, that's a previous slide. Yeah, because
I
I
forgot.
done a couple of those workshop and for ASBAS already.
Yes, well, it's a good, they're doing a good thing helping us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, cool. What else?
So do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, then if that's the case, then that's fine.